Hey guys, I'm here doing a review of the ENO Sub7 hammock. I picked this up probably about a couple months ago. I've taken it out on a few trips. I'll give you another look at it here. It's definitely very lightweight. I really don't know any lighter weight hammock systems. Obviously it doesn't come with a bug net, so if you're camping in the summertime you have to add that, and you could probably get some lighter weight summer systems going, since the bug net for this, I think it comes in at around 13 ounces or 11 ounces. I'm not sure about that, but this thing comes in at 6.5 or 6.5, 6.6 for the hammock, and then the Helios straps right here. These are Dyneema straps. These are actually 4 ounces. I believe they advertise on the ENO website this to be actually heavier in the 5 ounce range. So total, with the straps and this thing all bunched up, it's 10.6 ounces. So that's really good. It's really hard to get a lighter hammock setup than that. So as far as comfort goes on this thing, obviously you're gonna sacrifice a little bit of that with a 6.5 ounce hammock. Definitely, I had a double nest before this, and this doesn't even come close to that. However, I can still get a good night's sleep in this thing. I definitely think it's worth it, because my double nest together was well over a pound, that's for sure. My underquilt that I had, that I recently purchased for my, or that I purchased for my double nest, originally fits fine on this. Actually, it definitely gives you more of a hug, so if anything, I am warmer in this hammock. Because I can wrap my underquilt around me more than I used to in my double nest, because they kind of were about the same size. However, if you're just going for a sleeping bag in this thing, it's definitely going to be a lot cooler underneath. This material is very, very thin. It's ripstop nylon, so it's pretty durable. We've got some small little like stretch marks, I don't know what to call them. They're not holes, but you can definitely see some weaker parts in this. But yeah, so if you know, you had, let's say you had a double nest or a single nest or another hammock system before this, I used to be able to, sleep, and if it was above like 55 degrees, I just needed my sleeping bag. And even with the insulation compressed underneath me, it was a pretty warm night for most of the night. It really was only in the 50s, like the last, 2 hours of sleeping anyways. So if I was cold, it was only for an hour or two. But with this thing, I took this out during the day. Today is obviously, it's April here in North Carolina. It's 85 degrees out, so I can't really test. It's really hot underneath this. But I did test this out in January. It was in the high 50s during the day, and I definitely needed something underneath me, even with like some clothes on, with like a sweatshirt and pants. You could feel the breeze a bit more in this. There's a less protection, and plus the way you sit on this thing, especially if you want to get a diagonal lay, you're going to be pretty much more exposed to the wind than a double nest. And since this is a thinner material, you're definitely going to feel the wind more. But you can, obviously if you have a tarp, you can cinch that down a little bit more. But that being said, I'm 5'7". I fit in this thing perfectly. I'd say if you're a taller than average man, you would have a hard time in this hammock, and it's probably not for you. Comfort wise, if you're under 5'9", maybe 5'10", it kind of depends on how you sleep. If you want to sleep straight on, you could probably get away with this hammock if you're like 5'11", but anything like 6 feet and over, no way. You should definitely go for a different hammock. Unfortunately, ENO does not have a longer version of this style of hammock. All their other hammocks are a different material, heavier materials, but a single nest with the Dyneema straps might still be a pretty lightweight option for you. I did mention quite a few cons for this thing, but I think overall those cons are not as bad as I maybe made them out to be. You can deal with them. I think it's definitely worth the wait. My pack weight dropped. I mean, I could feel it the first backpacking trip that I went on with this. I went from my double nest, I did a trip, and I only did 20 miles that trip. My next trip, I did a 36-mile trip out in the backcountry on the Appalachian Trail, and I just noticed the difference right away. I mean, there's a few other things I peeled off. I do go with usually some Reflectix in this thing, as well as my underquilt, just to keep warmer. I had a 25-degree sleeping bag as well in this, so it is, once I get all that stuff in there, it is not that spacious in there, and there's not really a lot of room to move around, and it's difficult to get diagonal lay, and I usually have to go straight on. Even if I start out diagonally, kind of just like as I toss and turn overnight, I kind of just end up going straight on this thing. So, but overall, it's a comfortable hammock. I definitely recommend it. It's $105 for the straps and the hammock, $69.99, so $70 for the hammock itself, and then $35 for the straps. I definitely recommend switching to the straps, even if you don't have the hammock and you want to keep your single nest, or if you have another brand like a Hennessy. I know they have their own system. They don't have the carabiners, but whatnot, Grand Trunk. You can get these Dyneema straps, and they're a lot easier than using like a whoopee sling or, you know, even the Atlas straps. Those are heavy, but you know, straps that are comparable weight, these are perhaps the easiest to set up. I'll show you right now, actually. I got more lighting over here, but you see this, there's like kind of like a Chinese finger trap type of thing right in there. Sorry about the glare. It's a pretty sunny day, so that's kind of hard to see, but you just pull this and the hammock will come up. So sorry, I'll try to get a good shot here. But yeah, so I pull that and raise the hammock right there, and now I can't pull it anymore just because it's taut. And then to loosen it, you kind of have to hold one end right here, and then the other end I'm not going to show you because that'd be difficult to do with my iPhone. But like I said, overall, this thing's a good hammock. I'm going to get this packed up and show you. You can actually fit the straps and the hammock together in the same stuff sack, so that saves about ½ an ounce of weight in itself. So I'm back inside now, and I have the hammock right here. It's got the straps inside, actually. I can show you that now. And yep, you can see the Dyneema straps in there. Alright. So that's a pretty compact size. I have an H Rally granola bar, just to show you how small it is. It's about as wide as a granola bar, and so I'd say that's close to 3.5, 4 inches wide, and then maybe 5 inches in terms of length. But this will compress down a bit. And I'm just going to show you on my scale here how much this thing weighs. Let me get this on. All right. And wow, actually, this is it's saying 10.4 ounces now. And this scale is pretty accurate. It's accurate to the pretty much to 0.1. I found it to be on par with most of the retailers that I go through. But anyways, so just to recap, this thing is pretty comfortable. I definitely recommend the switch from, you know, a double nest or a single nest. You know, the loss in comfort that you get is minimal. I mean, unless that you're really tall. So if you're above, you know, 5'10", depending on how you sleep, I would definitely, if you buy it, I definitely try to test it out and make sure, say you buy it from REI, that you can return it, because I know for a fact some people do have to return this product because they are simply too big. But anyways, just thanks for watching this video. I am going to start doing pretty much exclusively outdoor videos. I know if you guys, probably not a lot of people watch this, but I did do a lot of weather videos. I'm trying to be a meteorologist in a couple of years, hopefully on TV. But this is going to be pretty much all exclusively outdoor reviews. I've got a trip coming up, so in a couple weeks I'm doing the 72-mile section in the Smoky Mountains, so I'll bring you guys along for that. I'll also do some gear reviews as well. I've got some more gear that I've used before that needs to be tested out, though. I think this trip will be pretty good. If there's anything more I need to say about my hammock, I'll let you guys know. Thanks very much. Subscribe and like the video if you like it, or dislike it if you don't like it. And hope you guys have a great day.